Hey y'all, it is time to start drawing our wonderful Georgia Okeefe glue pastel projects. Now the first thing we're going to do, Georgia Okeefe style, we're going to be getting way close up into the flowers. Now you're going to choose your flower picture. We've got a lot to choose from, and you are going to start drawing really big. Now I do want you drawing the flowers that you see in the pictures and getting them pretty accurate. And you're going to be zooming in and drawing them really big. So as I'm talking to you, you can see that I am drawing the center of this flower right here. And really you don't want to draw any parts any smaller than what I'm drawing right here, because you're going to be going over all of your pencil lines with glue. If you get your lines way too small, then you're just going to have glue blobs to work with, and that's not going to be too pretty. So I've got the center of this flower started right here. I'm going to go ahead with these little petals coming out. I'm going to really make them big right here. So I'm working on this petal right here. I'm even exaggerating really how big this is. I'm still drawing what I'm seeing. I see this line kind of coming down. I see this huge petal over here. Drawing it out. Again, I'm almost exaggerating how big these petals are. I really want to fill that composition. Remember, when I say fill that composition, I'm filling up all the space in my paper. Think about some of the Georgia Okeefe examples that we've looked at where she's drawn them really big and really close up. And when she draws them that big and that close up, these flowers almost develop personalities. And now that I'm looking at this flower and I've made these petals all really big, I'm noticing I think I actually want to increase the size of this petal. So I'm just erasing real fast, and I want you to see that it is okay to erase, because we are going to have this entire paper covered with glue and pastel. So if you need to erase and adjust, please feel free to do so. Or of course, if you get started and you're started way too small and you've just got too many things that you need to change, you can always turn that paper over. But see, with just that erasing, I'm going to make that petal go way off that page. I'm much happier with that now. Also notice, guys, I'm not dealing with too much background here, because really the flower is taking up pretty much the entire space. Now I do see in my photo, I see a little stem coming down, so maybe I'll get that stem in there. Easy peasy. And I see a couple little leaves kind of shooting out. I could do those, but I think I'm just going to leave it as is. This is really big and in your face. Very important, once you have that drawn, turn your paper over, write your first name and your last name and your teacher's name in pencil. Very important, because once you start gluing, you're not going to be able to turn that paper over. Now the glue. Using just my basic Elmer's School glue. And typically when you tip these over, you're really not going to have to squeeze them. It's going to automatically come out. So I'm going to go ahead and start. I'm going to start my smallest part in the center. Notice that I am actually touching the tip of the glue bottle to the paper. I'm not holding up above and letting it dribble down. I'm actually touching it there. Now I'm working pretty small right here, so I might have some spots that kind of blob together a little bit, and that's okay if I do. Sometimes blobs turn into happy accidents, but you don't want too many blobs on there, because you want to have plenty of room to put your pastels. Your pastels are not going to go over your glue lines. Your glue is going to act like a nice shiny black outline. It's going to be beautiful. So I've got these little parts right here. Easy peasy. I've got the center. Now I'm going out to my petals. Again, touching the tip of the glue bottle to that paper, so I've got the best control possible, and going over all of my pencil lines with that glue. All right, and that finishes my gluing portion. I'm going to twist that top closed, and believe it or not, this is going to take hours and hours to dry. It's very important that you keep it completely flat to dry. You're not going to put it on the drying rack where it's tilted, because then that glue is going to run. So we are going to put these on the shelves in the storage closet so that these stay completely flat. And I can't wait to see what y'all do in the next section with our colors. Thanks, guys.